they can't keep up.
Hey y'all, Joefer here, the Cranky Old Gay Guy. It is Tuesday, and it is raining like a son of a gun. And I'm in my car again, because this morning I have to head out to Rose City and pick something up and then head over to, I think it's Kenton? I don't know the neighborhood, what it's called. And then I'll be there all day, in and out of the rain. Boy, I'm looking forward to this. That's why I brought my mangy old stocking cap, because I think it's gonna get nasty. Oh, woe is me. I know. And that squeaking sound is the windshield wiper. I've got it on the slowest setting, but I still need it a bit. And now I step outside and my sinuses are filling up, and I feel the drainage in the back of my throat, and I feel like I want to snort, but I'm trying to keep it civil. So instead you'll see that I'm swallowing and trying not to gag up some phlegm. But this is what happens pretty much 9-10 months out of the year when it gets moist outside and it's cold. It's odd in the summer, it's not really like this. Even when it's raining in the summer, it's not nearly as congesting as this is. And I need to, I should have turned, I guess. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get there, the quickest way to fight the traffic. But at this time of the morning, there's traffic everywhere. So, today's video, I was going to do a brief review of a 15-minute short film that I saw on, well, it's about something, but it's pretty much, it's about advertising. Only they're not saying it's advertising. But that's going to be tomorrow's video when I have time to actually talk about it. Today, I guess we're just going to shoot the shoot and talk like we are now. Some of you enjoy driving videos, some of you don't. I get it. But it is what it is right now. And this is what it is. Thanks everyone who's given me feedback on yesterday's video. I'm glad that so many of you enjoyed it. I'm going to cut through a ritzy neighborhood on my way to Rose City. And when I say Rose City, it's still Portland, but Portland has several different neighborhood districts, and Rose City is one of them. I believe it's named after the Rose City Golf Course, which is, I don't know how many acres, hundreds, surrounded by homes. And it is out this direction. Right now we are in, I guess, the upper part of Alameda. Alameda is another district. Expensive homes, high tax rate. We're in the moderate little homes now. The homes here aren't really much bigger than the ones in my neighborhood. But if we go 2 blocks that way, we're on the ridge that overlooks Portland. And it's pretty much mansions. Lots and lots of mansions with huge property tax rates. You know, I like a lot of the homes that I see on the ridge. I would love to have them, but I don't know how I can financially live in them. And not just because of utilities and, you know, costs a lot to heat and all that. Well, look at this son of a gun. They made this mother into a right turn only. Well, that's going to defeat the purpose of coming this direction. That's fairly new. I've not seen that before. That makes me angry. It would have been smarter to put up stop signs so you didn't the travel route. Ugh. Portland, I'm telling you, their zeal for traffic safety just makes everything worse. Much worse. Okay, does this one do the same thing? Okay, this one does not. Why they chose the other street? I'm guessing it's because you can jump over and go down the hill on the other side. But it's the same dang thing. We're going to get out of here. Because we want to go up here to 57th and cut down. Actually, that's 42nd. We'll cut down from there and go down to Halsey. Yeah. Okay. This is, again, upper mid-range Alameda. This is still very expensive. And again, the homes are getting a little bigger. Most of the homes in this neighborhood are 2-story. We just came from an area where they are not. I'm going to cut here. This was also a road that will take me down the hill. Okay, we are now going down from Alameda and we are entering the Hollywood district. As soon as we go around this corner, we will be leaving Alameda and entering Hollywood. I don't know if you're catching any of these homes in the background, but they are stately, large and stately. And we're now on part of the ridge. This is where the ridge lowers. When we get down here, the ridge jumps back up and goes back up, and the homes get expensive, more expensive again. I can see mansions on the ridge up here. These are just stately older homes here, because now we're at the bottom of the ridge. And we're turning right into Hollywood. I believe this is now Hollywood because it's flat. That's not the reason it's Hollywood, but I think that's where the district boundaries stop. We're going to head up this way, and we will head like we're going to the gym, even though we are not going to the gym. But that will take me to Halsey, and Halsey is the road that I will take to get out to Rose City. I know, this is really fascinating, isn't it? Traveling with me in the car, it's just so... Whew. I got you on the edge of your seat. So what do you want to talk about? What was in the news yesterday? Well, there's always politics. And the fact that the United States has cut off all aid to Ukraine now and moved to remove all sanctions against Russia. Well, what does that tell us? That tells us that the current administration is in Putin's pocket. And why do you think that is? Could it be money? Could it be blackmail? I don't know. You tell me. What exactly is it that Putin has over our president that makes our president bow down and do whatever he wants? Look at the recent peace negotiations that didn't take place. Trump's negotiation was, Ukraine, give up your mineral rights. Ukraine said, we will give you a contract and mineral rights if you provide us protection. Trump, you have, you're not in a position to demand anything. You just need to give us your rights and end this war. Well, okay. What's Russia giving up? Nothing. Nothing. I don't get it. And now there's reports that seem legitimate because they're coming from two ex-Russian agents who were involved in this have come forward to state that in the 80s, Mr. Trump was having money troubles, and I believe his two sons, Trump's sons, have also stated in interviews that they got all of their bailout money from Russia. And that's what happened. Russia gave him some money, and now it's payback time, and they're just going along with it. Oh, look at this. We are stopped. Why? Who knows why? Because there's a tree service doing something in the road, and rather than just let us go around, they're blocking traffic. Looks like I'm going to be late getting to my final destination. Well, let's go ahead and, I didn't want to turn here, but I'm going to. I wanted to turn left, but now they say I can't. Oh boy, I am just stuck, aren't I? So that's politics briefly. The ambush interview on Zelensky was appalling to me. When you have negotiation talks, there's usually a high camera Hi, reporters, this is us. Then you go into a room and you have a meeting, and then you come out afterwards and you talk about what was discussed in the meeting and agreements that were made. Well, that's not what this was. Instead, there were a boatload of people there, and it was all about attacking Zelensky. It had nothing to do with any type of negotiation. It was, let's gang up on him and make him cry on camera, which he did not do. He fought back, and I thought Zelensky came across as great. Trump and J.D. Vance came across as idiotic morons, and certainly not capable of running a country. I only wish that the people in Congress were not so afraid of him. And they're not afraid of Trump. They're afraid of Elon's money, because they all want to keep their jobs. Because, you know, as long as they have their jobs, they can be making money through just insider trading stock sales. I mean, they can make millions on that in Congress, because evidently that's legal. You get inside information before anyone else. So the stock market hasn't reacted yet. And you can invest when you know something's coming down the line. You can invest or sell whatever to make you money and make a fortune just doing stock sales while you're in Congress. And it's totally legal. But if you or I were to get that same information and make sales or purchases, we would be charged with insider trading and end up going to prison, much like Martha Stewart. She had inside information given to her by people in the know. She goes to prison for it, yet all the people in Congress that do it, nothing. So it's financial for the people in Congress why they're going along with this. That's one thing. They don't want to lose their jobs. And if they go against Trump, Elon has promised that they will lose their jobs, because he will purchase another candidate to run against them and finance the hell out of them until they get elected. All of this should be illegal, but it's not. Why? Because during the first Trump administration, Citizens United, I think it was there, or just I think it was at the beginning of the Trump administration. Citizens United, oops, I just missed my turn, came about, which said that political PACs could donate any kind of, as much money as they want to a candidate, and the political PAC does not have to disclose where the money came from. So right now, Elon wasn't even hiding the fact that he was giving $45 million to Trump through a PAC. He started a PAC just to do it. So that should have been illegal, and it would have been illegal if Citizens United had not gone through by a corrupt Supreme Court. He said, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And that's when Mitt Romney was out in public yelling, corporations are people now. Corporations are people. They have the same rights as people. Well, they shouldn't. They didn't before. But you have people on the Supreme Court who are on the take as well, and they voted it in. So there's a lot of corruption to be shared with all parties and everyone in politics and the tech billionaires and the Koch brothers and big tobacco and big oil. They're all corrupt. They all own politicians. Look at Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema during the early Biden administration, when they had the Senate, the House, and the presidency, yet couldn't get anything through because Manchin and Sinema voted against and voted with the Republicans on every issue that came up. Why? Because lobbyists were paying them to do so. And we have arrived at our destination where I need to pick up this equipment. And, oh boy, I'm going to pick it up, and then I got to go. So that's where this video is going to end. Sorry it's so abrupt, but it's the way things are sometimes. Abrupt. Like me. Sometimes I'm just really abrupt. And, yep, looks like...
Wipers slapping, but they can't keep up. Traffic's crawling like it's stuck in mud. Potholes laughing at my busted shocks. Why's the dead end block. Rain keeps falling, my temper flares. Road rage brewing, but nobody cares. I pay my taxes for what I miss, drowning in a sea of bureaucratic stress. Stoplights blink like they're playing a game, sitting in line while it drives me insane. Man in a suit raised tolls last night, promises shattered at every green light. Rain keeps falling, my temper flares. Road rage brewing, but nobody cares. I pay my taxes for what I miss, drowning in a sea of bureaucratic stress. And what's with Russia on the nightly news? We're chasing shadows while the good we